This week, this week has been a really crazy week. Normally, I do the show live, but upon a lot of contemplation, I decided maybe not to do it live, just in case. Some people like to, shit starters. Some people like to get political, no matter what. Can't help themselves. I didn't want today's episode to be political at all. And I didn't want today's episode to be about like all the different things that led up to the moment we are at today. What I want to talk about is the end result. Blogcast episode 5, more love, less hate. Plain and simple. In the end, if we continue to spread more hate, we're going to cave in on ourselves. Or very evil people will use that as an advantage to overtake us. So while we're all fighting for our differences and fighting for our different feelings and different angles and different perspectives, we're all being fooled in the sense of we're being fooled and driven to hate each other, and we're being fooled and driven to almost like a battle of power and control. And while all that's happening, people are just trying to stick up for what's right. So what I can say predominantly is that we need more love, less hate. Sorry, I had to stop recording. Record. So with that said, people may or may not know, but it's been breaking news literally a couple minutes ago. Normally I do the show in the morning, but I needed time to think about what I was going to say, how I was going to say it. But the good news is, the breaking news is 3 more cops have been charged in the George Floyd death for a total of 4. And the original person charged got his murder charges upgraded. So that's justice, This has been a long battle, a long road. So, it's tough to say. It's tough to say where we should go from here. But this is the first step. We have justice now. I'm really hoping that this calms things, because I totally understand a lot of people's anger and frustration on both sides and all sides. And while that's happening, while people have sides and opinions and validity in their different problems and plights and burdens, I feel like there are people that are using this to their advantage to do a lot of corrupt things. And while that's happening, I get that sometimes you can lash out and sometimes physical force can get results, but there's a limit to that. If we riot nationwide consistently, the only end result is going to be complete, utter chaos with nothing left for anybody to have and use, or we're going to be left where the government's going to send in their biggest guns and it's just going to end in a bloody mess. I know I can't speak for everybody's feelings, but I at least can speak for mine. And my feelings is that this is a very troublesome time, and I'm really worried about a lot of things. And everybody has their right to be angry. But if the anger is producing hate, it's not helping. The anger somehow has to produce more love. So let that anger and frustration be a breaking point, not to boil over, but a breaking point to tip the scales. More love, less hate. Please say it with me. More love, less hate. I've seen a lot of videos where there are cops that are taking knees and walking into marches, and props to them, because they're taking major steps to trying to calm a storm. Last night in a town I used to live in, the cops and the protesters were all arguing amongst each other. Amongst the protesters, half were violent, half were peaceful, and both parties wanted the cops to kneel as a sign of, I believe, respect and remorse. I can't speak for them though, but that's what I believe was the feeling and what they wanted, and the cops would not do it. So I say shame on both sides. Had they done that, then possibly they could be taking the step to making this a better place. That's more love, less hate. And maybe if the crowd was less demanding or decided to say, okay, if you won't take that kneel, what will you do to compromise? Like ultimately there has to be some compromise. And while that's happening, people have to wake up and be aware that we're being manipulated. Political agendas, conspiracies, call it whatever you want to call it. But there are too many mysterious coincidences, conveniences, and there's too many corrupt people involved. I've seen wild videos of people doing shady, corrupt things they shouldn't be, that I can't even show because people just won't believe it no matter what. So with that said, don't be fooled to tip the scales in the side of hate. Tip the scales in the side of love. No matter how angry you are, no matter how much fighting has happened or needs to be done or doesn't need to be done, because sometimes fighting is necessary, sometimes fighting isn't. But you know what is always necessary? Love. Because whether we're fighting in the name of love or we're fighting in the name of hate, that's going to be the deciding factor of the end result. If we fight with hate, we all die. If we fight with love, maybe we can rise from this. So please, people, more love, less hate, and please spread the word that all 4 cops have been charged. That is a major, major issue that needed to be addressed. You know, justice needed to be brought to that situation, and it appears justice is coming to light. With that said, hopefully some type of reforms too as well. But ultimately, rioting is not helping at this point. And that's not here to preach to people who are frustrated and lash out with force, because I'm no saint in the past. I haven't done no rioting, but what I mean is I've used force before, so I'm not gonna sit here and act perfect. But what I can say is that I learned from that, and I learned that with situations like this complicated, hate only produces more problems. All right. More love, less hate. Spread the word. All 4 cops have been charged, and the first person charges have been upgraded. Okay, so it's a big deal. Take that as a win, please, and everyone do their part to spread more love, less hate. All right. Even if you're fighting and you're protesting, do it with love in mind. And be aware of the infiltrators. While there are many peaceful protesters, there are many people who are so angry they can only express it with hate. Try to help them express it with love. And while that's happening, there are literally groups pretending to be others and spreading hate. There really are somebody, I don't know who they are. One side says it's this side and the other side says the other side, but somebody's out there trying to frame the entire Black community, and somebody's out there trying to get us to kill each other, possibly for them to come in and kill us all, or possibly for them to come in after we've killed ourselves. All right. More love, less hate. I'm not going to say it again. Please, guys, more love, less hate. Spread more love, less hate. And I pray for us all. And for those that are atheists, because I have friends that are spiritual, friends of all religions, and friends that are atheists. Good luck to us all. Pray for us all. Good luck to us all. But either way, man, we gotta wisen up a little bit, because it's being used against us. All right. So be wise out there. Be safe.